I had a client who worked for an HVAC contractor, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, who the employer let go. He was one of the 5 employees let go. He was the only black person in the group of white people, and yet within 2 weeks, the contractor, the employer, rehired the others, but not the only non-white person. The contractor hired them back at the same level of pay and even provided back pay. Again, my client was not rehired. Obviously, we went to the EEOC Commission to question this behavior with a formal complaint. We eventually received our letter of right to sue, which your textbook can describe for details. And at that moment, the employer hired an attorney who advised him to settle with my client's demands, which included back pay and other damages. Even though the employer said, "Oh, we had to let people off, we had layoffs because of a downturn in our business," the EEOC understood the defense of business necessity here was simply a pretext to discriminating against one of the one worker, my client, who was in a protected minority class. Thus, in this case, with this first defense, watch that your rationale to discriminate is real, needed, and with justifiable data, you can then explain your actions. You see, the courts are free to choose their own rationale and observation into what is happening at your employment site. A second defense is on page 17, which is the bona fide occupational qualification. Here, again, look to specific case law, case-by-case application, as there are many areas where this defense is tested in court. Thus, you can't just decide and start limiting workers based upon age in violation of the Age Discrimination in Employment Act or other restrictions on protections. Your firm must look at your justifiable defense under occupation restrictions through the lens of an attorney who also is looking at the case in law. Hire that attorney. Get that advice so that your discriminatory behavior is truly a bona fide, which means in good faith, disqualification on age. Here the book's review of seniority systems, for instance, dovetails with our earlier discussion and reading on unionization, because certain labor laws allow seniority systems that basically permit protected classes or individuals to still be laid off from their service. In other words, even though a worker is part of a protected class, if the employer's behavior is sanctioned by labor law, the discrimination may be permitted. However, caution, always check with any collective bargaining agreement with the union and make sure that such behavior is not a pretext to cover over a hostile work environment.